Today, we're going to peel back the layers on something millions of kids watch every single day: YouTube nursery rhymes. And it turns out there's a surprisingly structured and kind of fascinating curriculum hiding inside all those catchy songs. It all starts with something that seems so simple, so harmless. A familiar rhyme, right? It's just about a kid being a little mischievous, telling a tiny fib. On the surface, it's just a bit of fun. But what if these songs are doing a lot more than just entertaining our kids? What if they're actually a child's very first guide to how the world is supposed to work? Okay, let's dive into this. What you start to see is that these aren't just a random collection of songs. They actually form a kind of playbook, a set of simple, repeatable scripts that are designed to help a child navigate their most common everyday challenges. So what we're really looking at here is a child's first crash course in social-emotional learning. I mean, think of it as a playbook for how to handle your own feelings and how to get along with other people. And it really breaks down into two main areas. So first up, let's look at how these songs teach kids to manage their own internal world. Everything from a scraped knee to feeling a little sick. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Look at this simple, powerful loop. A child clearly states the problem. "Mommy, I have got a boo-boo." And right away, an adult responds with a calm, procedural solution. "Don't worry, I will help you." This is literally a script for turning that moment of panic into a predictable, manageable process.
And this protocol gets even more specific when it comes to being sick. But the really crucial point here isn't just about feeling better physically. It's about learning how to regulate your emotions. The songs lay out this super clear step-by-step guide. Don't cry, take your medicine, get some sleep, and you'll get well soon. Simple.
All right, so let's move on to the next key area and see how this playbook builds. Now we're stepping into the social world. And what's the most common point of conflict for any young kid? Yep, sharing. And just like with the boo-boos, the songs start by getting right to the heart of the conflict. There's no hiding it. It's that raw, powerful emotion of wanting something that someone else has. Super direct. And then the script gives you the key, a single, simple action that can unlock the whole situation. These songs teach that there's a magic word, please, and if you use it, it can completely change the entire dynamic. And this is where it all pays off. It shows the rewards so clearly. Use the right social tool, that magic word, and it leads directly to this happy, positive outcome. The problem is solved, and now everyone is playing together. The cause and effect couldn't be clearer. And get this, the curriculum is surprisingly comprehensive. These songs apply the exact same sharing formula to almost every single object in a young child's world, from dolls and trucks to lollipops to the slide at the playground. The same lesson is just hammered home again and again and again. So when you put all these little scripts together, the one for getting hurt, the one for being sick, the one for wanting a toy, what's the bigger picture? What's the ultimate takeaway from this digital moral compass? Well, across every single one of these scenarios, the underlying formula is exactly the same, and it's relentlessly optimistic. A problem comes up, you perform a simple, correct action, and a positive social outcome is basically guaranteed. It's this very clean, predictable, moral universe. And, unlike old school fairy tales that might have some pretty complex or murky morals, these modern rhymes leave absolutely no room for interpretation. They almost always end by just stating the lesson explicitly, just like this. This is the thesis statement for the entire playbook. This is how the world should be, period. And that leaves us with a really big question. In a world where screens are just everywhere, what does it mean when these simple, super optimistic, and endlessly repeated digital rules become a child's very first moral code? I mean, it's a clean, predictable playbook for life. But is the real world ever really that simple?